The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. The National Police orders its officers to familiarize themselves with the new 4-level alert system. That's under a granular lockdown scheme to be implemented across Metro Manila starting September 16. PNP Chief Guillermo Elizar said police commanders should coordinate with their respective LGUs to determine the quarantine alert in their areas of responsibility. This will allow for an effective implementation of granular lockdowns. Elizar added that this is also their way of helping medical frontliners who have been dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic for more over than a year. Malacanang has provisionally approved the guidelines for the granular lockdown system. For houses, streets, puroks, or subdivisions that will be under localized lockdowns, only healthcare workers, OFWs, and those with medical emergencies will be allowed to go out. Areas not under granular lockdowns will be classified by 4 alert levels. In Alert Level 4, no closed, crowded, or close contact activities are allowed at all. Those below 18 years old and above 65 years old, pregnant women, and people with comorbidities are required to stay at home. Private establishments will have minimal on-site capacity and mainly work from home arrangements. Now, as for Alert Level 3, establishments are allowed to operate at 30% capacity. An additional 10% capacity will be granted to them if they have a safety seal issued by the DTI. Movement of people will be allowed except for those with comorbidities. Age-based restrictions will also be in place. Government agencies may operate at 30% on-site capacity. On the flip side, activities under Alert Level 2 are allowed at 50% capacity, but can also be increased by 10% with a safety seal. Under this alert level, government agencies may operate at 50% on-site capacity. And lastly, under Alert Level 1, activities are allowed at full capacity provided that minimum health standards are enforced. Private and government establishments are allowed to have full capacity as well. COVID-19 vaccination drives in Metro Manila continue. Minors aged 12 to 17 who want to get vaccinated can already register at the vaccination website of Manila. Mayor Isko Moreno, though, clarified that the national government has yet to decide whether to allow vaccination for the age group. Recall that the Food and Drug Administration has approved the use of Pfizer and Moderna's jabs for adolescents. Now, over in Mandaluyong City, the LGU launched a crackdown against unauthorized sale, distribution, and administration of vaccines and slots. Mayor Carmelita Abalos signed an ordinance that would penalize violators of 5,000 pesos in fines and or imprisonment of up to 6 months. Business licenses of illegal entities will also be revoked. Jabs have been administered worldwide, but one U.S. study finds that the level of antibodies among the older age bracket dropped fourfold after their initial vaccination. This begs the question, how long will your protection last? Let's watch this report from Bloomberg.
What we observed with our data at the 6-month time point is that there was a very substantial drop-off in the levels of antibodies. Old folks, nursing home, frail, elderly in the nursing home, got about 4 times less, 4-fold less antibodies from the initial vaccination, and then they dropped 90 to 95%. So they start out 4 times lower, and even though they dropped similarly to everybody else, maybe a little bit more in the naive individuals, so they end up in an even worse spot. Definitely, the protection will drop a fair amount, with these levels of antibody loss. Now, that doesn't mean that they have no protection. The clinical studies are showing even when the antibodies get pretty low, they still seem to be protecting against serious and significant disease. And that's the main job of the vaccine: protect you from getting really sick, keep you out of the hospital, keep you from passing away, keep you off oxygen, etc.
And whether Typhoon Kiko maintains its strength while making its way out of the Philippine area of responsibility. As of 10 in the morning, Kiko was seen 395 kilometers north of Itbayat, Batanes. It has maximum sustained winds of 175 kilometers per hour and gustiness of up to 215 kilometers per hour. Kiko is moving north-northwestward at 20 kilometers per hour. Now, Batanes is still under signal number 1. Now, let's take a quick look at the other top stories for today. Vice President Leni Robredo criticized Ombudsman Samuel Martirez's latest remarks on government officials refusing to disclose their SALN. Robredo said keeping such documents from the public would add mistrust with the government. Now, Martirez earlier proposed penalties to individuals who would comment on government officials' SALNs. The Interior Department defended the Bureau of Fire Protection Modernization Act, which allows firefighters to carry firearms. The DILG insisted that firefighters will only use their firearms for crowd control and self-defense. And John Arcilla won the Volpe Cup Best Actor Award at the 78th Venice International Film Festival. Arcilla won the coveted Best Actor Award for his portrayal of Sisoy Salas in Eric Mati's film On the Job, The Missing 8. He is the first Southeast Asian actor to bag the award. Now, for more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World Online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now, www.signalplay.com, and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.
Standby po.
Standby, game.